We'll get back to where we started, the war in Europe. Clearly, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has had a ripple effect. While food security has been challenged, so has the security order in Europe. Let's focus on that for the moment, the security order. Russia's war in Ukraine has forced European countries to reassess neutrality, even become part of the power rivalry. Nordic countries like Finland and Sweden have chosen to pivot towards NATO. If you've been following the news, you know that both Finland and Sweden have applied for NATO membership. Turkey won't sign on Finland or Sweden's NATO application. Why does it have to? Well, because Turkey is a NATO member country, and NATO's rules are pretty clear. Any new members can come on board only if all existing members support the bid. We're talking about all 30 NATO members. Any of these 30 can veto. And Turkey is not just vetoing, it is also lobbying the others to do the same. Listen to it from the horse's mouth.
Ve biz de eğer Türkiye isek
we will continue this policy resolutely. We have told our relevant friends we would say no to Finland and Sweden's entry into NATO, and we will continue on our path like this. If a country says no, what can they do? What can they not do within the NATO alliance? They cannot take a candidate country. At the moment, we are also absolutely concerned about these two countries, especially Sweden, which is definitely a focus of terror, a home of terror. They also impose sanctions on us regarding weapons.
Like you heard, Turkey is citing terror as the reason for blocking Sweden. What about Finland? It does not sit well with Turkey that Finland harbors Kurdish groups. So that's the terror card yet again. But this game is not so simple. It's hard to factor out Turkey's proximity to Russia, or look through the influence Putin has over Ankara. Turkey is one of the few NATO countries that has not sanctioned Russia. Reports say it has become a safe haven for the money of Russian oligarchs. Even before the war began, Turkey's ties with Russia were under the spotlight. Ankara, remember, has purchased the S-400 missile defense system from Russia, and it has been sanctioned by the US for doing so. Many experts are of the opinion that Turkey no longer fits into NATO. Some say Turkey could very well be Russia's secret weapon inside NATO. If that's true, currently Turkey is Russia's weapon against the expansion of NATO. It could not have been put to better use than the way it's being used now. Today, neutrality is no longer being viewed as a viable option in Europe. Countries are restructuring their policies to stay in tune with the current security order. Threats are reigning. There's a lot of speculation. It may not be long before Switzerland too joins the queue to stand under NATO's umbrella. After all, it has aligned with the European Union sanctions on Russia. Austria could be next. After all, it has long been part of the EU's defense policy. As we speak, the map of Europe is currently being redrawn, and we are left with a chicken and egg situation. What triggered all of this? Is it Russia's expansionism or NATO's expansionism? Either way, it does not matter to the country that's caught in the proxy war of this great power rivalry. Strikes continue in Ukraine. Its houses continue to be destroyed. Facilities continue to be flattened. People remain trapped, and the West continues to put its weight behind Ukraine. In the latest, G7 has announced that it will be sending $18.4 billion to Ukraine. The United States has also approved an additional aid package worth $40 billion. According to some estimates, the US is spending $100 million every day on the war in Ukraine. Well, that's the least they can do for a country caught in the West's political tug-of-war, you could say. By the time we reconnect next week, the focus of this war would have shifted to the NATO headquarters in Brussels. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.